So I'm just in Gloucester, going to meet James for the very first time. Joined me back at Christmas time. We're now in May. He's just secured 2 HMOs this week, actually. So yeah, stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel. This is a rent-to-rent HMO Mentee property tour. So let us know what you think in the comments after the tour. Here with James, my client, outside his very first rent-to-rent HMO. So let's take a look around then, James. Show us. Got a cup of coffee in hand. Almost a mandatory requirement for a property mentor. Yeah, this floor, mate.
It's really nice.
It is nice.
Just needs a nice little polish up, and it's going to come up really well. Yeah, most of these properties around this area has got this flooring.
Yeah.
All Victorian flooring. It's really nice. So this is room 1.
How did this property look before? How did this room look before? Have you got any pictures?
Yeah, we've got pictures. We're
Yeah.
going to do before and after pictures in the next few days. But all the carpets were laid already, so brand new carpets. So the owner sort of come in and the previous tenants absolutely trashed the place. But he did put the carpets down and he did start painting, but the painting was awful. So we just come in there, completely whitewashed it, and then obviously furnished it.
Yeah, that's good. How much did you spend on furniture?
So the beds, 4 beds, obviously it was 50 quid each.
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, honestly, that's
honestly,
yeah, you can get it for
yeah.
£50. That's exactly what I budgeted, £50.
Someone's rubbish is another one's treasure. I'll tell you what, mate, honestly.
As long as the mattresses are,
yeah,
good.
but Facebook Marketplace, recycling centres, things like that. People was chucking them out, like the sofa in there, for instance.
Yeah. So how much work did you do in this room?
Honestly, just painting.
Just whitewashed?
Just whitewashed, completely whitewashed.
This was unfurnished, this property, wasn't it?
Completely unfurnished, yeah. So there was a bit of sort of old sort of caulking around the seals.
Yeah.
So we washed that off, repainted it.
Put up a curtain rail.
Yeah, new curtain rails, all
Yeah.
curtains. We got these instead of
Wardrobes.
And obviously the beds and bedside cabinets and things like that. So
Yeah.
again, furniture recycling place.
Yeah.
It's ideal.
Perfect.
But they're all, apart from one, big rooms. So this is the communal area. So this sofa was getting chucked out about 3 doors down from my mum's house.
Yeah.
And it's like
You really have done it on a budget.
honestly, mate, it was like a £700 like sofa, and she was just chucking it out. And there's nothing wrong with it at all. We waxed it up, and it's come up really well.
Yeah.
But again, with this room as well, it was just completely whitewashed.
Yeah. What, even the ceilings?
Yeah, just completely. It was all like a yellow, like musty sort of colour. So we just completely whitewashed it. In the future, we may put feature walls, but at the moment, we quite like the sort of whitewash, the fresh look sort of thing.
Yeah. Actually, if you did a feature wall, it would have to be a really bright colour anyway. Cause
Yeah.
It's quite. It's
in.
not a light room, but it's not a dark room either.
Yeah. But yeah, it's nice and sort of
Yeah.
cozy, this room. We've got a big kitchen.
This is a big kitchen. It's
Yeah,
nice.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. So you've got a bit of storage under there as well.
Yep.
We had to replace the cooker, which we didn't really want, but we had to in the end.
Facebook Marketplace.
Yes, it was actually. Yeah, but there was a shop down the road. But he was advertising on Facebook Marketplace, and then he dropped off. So yeah, big kitchen.
What have you done in this room then?
Again, whitewashed it. All these cabinets. When we first viewed it, it was like they were like really sort of dirty and horrible. But once we got in, we realised that it was like a peel on it.
Okay.
Like a film. So we just took it off and then
Just took the film off.
Happy days. So we was quite surprised at that.
Yeah.
But really, it was just a case of just white goods, fridges, freezers.
Yeah, you've actually got a tiled floor as well.
Yeah.
In a HMO, which is quite rare.
Yeah. So it wasn't too bad, to be fair. It just needed a bit of TLC, a bit of loving.
Yeah.
The previous tenant just absolutely really dead. We've seen pictures of the agent that showed us. It was just terrible, really, really bad.
Is that why the landlord accepted your offer? Because of the condition the tenants left it?
It's why he wanted so much of the deposit. Just because if it happened again, he had the money there ready to go to refurb the property.
So how much was the deposit?
1,200.
Yeah.
But then he completely flipped that right at the last minute and said, no, I'm happy with no deposit, but I want a little bit more rent.
Yeah.
So then we was like, okay, happy days.
Still works.
It was like 75 quid more. So
Yeah,
it was
£75 more.
Yeah.
And you no deposit to pay for £75 a month more.
Exactly, yeah. And it was like, well, we just increased the room rate.
Yeah.
And we've had more demand from once we increased it. It was really weird. It's a real backward sort of deal, really.
But no, it kind of works in life, doesn't it? With buying stuff, you see something that's more expensive, you think it's more of a premium quality.
Yeah, and that's the sort of feedback we've been getting.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of tenants at the moment referencing going through that process. And
Yeah.
it's just been absolutely mental.
So you painted the tiles.
Yeah, painted the tiles. I want to do. I thought I was being a bit clever, really, just doing these bits, but I'm going to do this bit as well. Connect these two, just to sort of bring it in a bit more.
Yeah.
But it's really just like odds and ends now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can see the paint marks, but
yeah,
with a HMO, people really don't care.
Well, the feedback we've been getting
People really don't care.
It's fresh.
Fit for purpose, clean, fresh. That's it. That's all it needs. It's not a serviced accommodation. It's HMO. They just want a room.
Yeah,
and
you can look around and think, oh, that needs doing, but it's stuff that we could maybe do in the near future.
Yeah.
It's nothing necessary now.
They'll buy the little bits and bobs, mate. Don't worry. There'll be a small table and chairs here where they can have their breakfast, without a shadow of a doubt. They'll get a table and chairs for out here, a barbecue. They'll make it their home, you know, as long as you pair the tenants together nicely. Really low maintenance garden, brilliant.
With the garden, just needs a bit of a de-weeding, and that's about it, really.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad at all.
Yeah, easy maintenance.
Yeah.
Well done, mate. Let's have a look at the next room. Grab my Rise Up coffee.
Yeah. So this is room 2. So this is the smallest of the 4.
This is the smallest. This room's absolutely fine.
Yeah. It's a double. It's the smallest of the 4, but it's still a nice size double.
Yeah, it's not a small room at all, really.
No. But
Yeah.
Sort of like similar spec, similar furniture.
Yeah, that's the beauty with HMO. You get one theme going. It doesn't even have to be a theme. You just buy the same stuff for every single property. I did. Same paints.
Yeah.
And you know exactly where to go. You haven't got to stress about what to buy.
This is the bathroom. It's the only thing really that we've had sort of bad feedback on is how small the bathroom is. If you would believe it, we've actually improved it dramatically.
Yeah.
Horrendous.
What did it look like before?
So around here, it was all like mouldy caulking.
Yeah.
So we've put a trim on it right the way around.
Okay.
Painted it. All this was just like.
I love that. With my first HMO, me and my brother were just walking around with filler. We went through, I think, 11 tubes of filler in one HMO.
Yeah,
literally at the top of the stairs, like on that section there, was just holes.
Really?
Where the plasterboard had failed because the shower was above. It wasn't damp anymore. They'd solved the damp or the leak from the shower, but they never repaired the wall, so just filled it. Me and my brother were literally just going around saying, that'll be all right, wouldn't it? It'll be all right.
To be fair, it was mainly just a massive deep clean, this bathroom.
Yeah.
I've cleaned the ceiling. We obviously put a few sort of decorations in there. Replaced the shower head, shower curtain, that sort of thing, and painted the doors. And it's amazing what paint can do.
Yeah.
It just brightens it up. But this is the only thing really that lets the property down.
It depends how fussy people are, to be honest.
Yeah.
Would you live in this house?
Yeah, I would, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there you
And that's
go.
what I
So you'll
prefer.
find a tenant similar to yourself.
Yeah. If I can live in it.
Yeah, I'd live in it. It's just people have different standards. I'm not saying that's a bad standard. It's just people want high spec.
Yeah,
you know,
that's it.
if they're willing to spend more in rent, then fair enough. It will reflect that.
So this room, we've got a deposit on it.
Yeah, it's a nice, bright, clean room, actually. I mean, you've done a very basic job. Bed, drawers, that.
Yeah. Yeah. Very simple.
Yeah.
Simplistic.
Where's the pillows?
Oh, they'll get pillows.
You've done the pillows.
You got one.
Yeah, one. No, it's...
But surprisingly, we actually thought that this bedroom would be the last to go.
Why?
We're not too sure. We thought, well...
It's really bright. They got the garden view.
Yeah. But we thought, but this was the first one to go.
Right.
Obviously referencing and things like that. So we're still going through that process. But yeah, they put a deposit on this room already.
Yeah. How much are you getting for this room?
This one's 575
per month. Bills included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one was 575, and the one downstairs is 6, and the one I'm about to show you is 6.
Yeah. Nice.
We could really be even cheekier and ask for a bit more for this next one.
Okay, let's take a look.
But we
Be cheeky, mate. There's nothing wrong with being cheeky.
Yeah.
If people pay it, supply and demand. Yeah, definitely. It's huge.
see why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much was it advertised for? The same price as that?
So originally to be real conservative and to sort of get the demand in, you put every room at 575. We had
You priced this room the same as the previous room?
Yeah.
And the previous room went before this one?
Yeah.
The road, that's right.
Yeah, quite possibly to be fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we thought, well, we can't really advertise. If someone's moving to this for 575 and then moving to that for 575, there's going to be, well, you've got a bigger space for the same price, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we had to increase this, and the 2 rooms.
How much did you increase it by?
From 575 to 600.
Yeah, that's nothing. I would have gone £75 more.
Yeah, we could have done.
But I suppose the compromise is the road. But I don't know what it sounds like with the windows shut. But then you've got windows shut. But it's a nice, great size room. They can have a really good sized desk.
Yeah.
You know, TV if they wanted one.
The viewing we had yesterday.
You've actually gone to town on this one, mate. You've got fake plants in this one.
No, mate.
And pillows.
And pillows.
You've got...
It's ready to go.
God, yeah, I can see the £25 uplift.
Yeah,
You can really see the difference.
Someone's put a deposit on this one as well.
Yeah.
Straight away.
So it's taken.
It's if past preference.
Yeah. Okay, so how many deposits have you got paid?
2.
So this is a 4-bed.
Yeah.
Well, it was a 3-bed, wasn't it? Talk us through your strategy.
So my strategy from sort of day one since joining the membership was looking for 3 bedrooms with 2 reception rooms.
Yeah.
But priced at a 3-bedroom house, so I can get as close to the asking price the landlord as possible, which gives me a better chance of getting my offer accepted. So the first, I'd say,
Squeaky door.
First month and a half, I had one accepted, and it fell through like right at the last minute. But again, that was a 3-bed, and I could make it into a 4. So I knew it worked. So that was a strategy I continued with, and this is no different. So it was a 3-bed, priced at a 3-bed, with 2 reception rooms, and I added a 4th, and I actually offered over the asking price.
Did you?
Yeah. So it was on for 925. I offered 1100. They wanted a deposit. I didn't want to pay a deposit, so it was back and forth for quite a while. In the end, we settled for 1,025 a month with no deposit.
Yeah.
And then that was it. Signed contracts and got the keys.
So 1,025.
Yeah.
And when are you charging first and last month's rent to the tenants?
Yeah.
How have you worked out how much money you're going to pull back out by doing that?
About 4.8.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
All in initial investment plus a refurb.
Exactly. Yeah.
Back out.
Yeah. We spent a bit on the refurb.
Have you?
More than what we should. Yeah.
£50 per bed.
You were
£2.99 from the range.
You're not annoyed, actually. It was, we spent quite a bit. It was white goods mainly. A new cooker, fridge, freezer, wash machine, dryer.
Yeah, that's usually not standard if you go for HMOs.
Yeah.
But because you've gone for a house, the
Yeah.
landlord is like, it's either empty or it's here already.
Yeah.
You know, and there is room for negotiation. I went for an SA and I got the SA, but there was no white goods. I tried to negotiate a rent-free period of a month and he didn't really want to do that because he couldn't afford it.
Right.
And I said, okay, would you be willing to get the white goods? And he went for that instead.
Oh, right.
You know?
Okay. So there's
So,
always room for negotiation.
which was technically a month.
Yeah.
If I was to buy the white goods, it's a month cost anyway.
Yeah.
So,
because the profit is so high.
what's the profit on this?
So the profit on this.
Let's go out there. Probably got. Sorry.
884.
£844
Yeah.
profit.
£884 profit.
£884 profit.
Yeah.
Nice on a 4-bed.
On a 4-bed. Yeah. But if the profit wasn't there, then we would be very reluctant to go for it. If it was like £400 or £500,
Yeah.
knowing what we had to do to furnish it, get up
Yeah.
to this standard,
Yeah.
we probably wouldn't have gone for it because it would have taken us months and months to get our return back.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was the profit that was there. I mean,
Yeah.
884.
So you're going to just rinse and repeat the same strategy now. You've already secured your second HMO, haven't you? Or second property?
Yeah, potentially third.
Third?
Yeah, potentially third. So
Hey, this is news to me.
So the email that I sent you from the landlord, which is literally, I'm not too sure where you parked, but it's just up that road there.
Yeah.
She's got tenants in that's going out at the end of the month.
Okay.
The property's in real bad condition. Real bad condition. So it's going to need a lot of work to it. So I'm sort of teetering on the edge of whether to accept it or not. But we're having a conversation anyway in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go downstairs.
Yeah, and then we've got another property coming up in September. So 3 within the space of 2 months.
That's how it works. That's how it works, bro. So talk us through the very start of the mentorship. How did everything pan out when we had our conversation?
From the start of our conversation onwards.
From how we started speaking on Messenger, how you joined.
Yeah.
So let's walk through that.
So I was looking at a lot of courses, a lot of sort of like the educational courses, property courses, and the well-known ones and that sort of thing. And then I had you on Messenger on Facebook for a while, and I saw your content, and it was the more the one-to-one experience that I needed, the guidance instead of sort of messages flying about, do this, do that, do the other.
Booking like a 10-minute call here twice a week.
Yeah, that's not what I was looking for at all. So I was thinking down about this the other day. I had the money ready to go for one of these courses, a lot of money, and something was just holding me back just because of that reason. I didn't get that one-to-one sort of experience. So it come across you on Facebook. I started following your content, your mentees, sort of their experience with you and that sort of thing, and then we had that phone call. I wanted a certain amount of money, so in my head I wanted $7 grand. And that was obviously
we were texting, wasn't we?
It was for a long
I don't know
time,
how we come about texting, but I text back saying, well, why are you waiting for 7k? Have you thought about the opportunity cost? So
which I didn't, which I
you hadn't thought about?
Not at all. It was just I wanted 7k for the mentorship, maybe a deposit on the properties, upfront rent, refurb, and I thought 7k was what I needed. And then the longer it went on, it was like, am I ever going to do this? Am I ever going to, because that money would have been like squandered away.
Something would have gone wrong.
The car would have been, anything would have gone wrong. And I thought, I've got it, I need to just crack on with it. And then we had that conversation, and then you was like, just what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And I couldn't answer it. I couldn't answer it at all. I was like, I don't know really. I have no idea. And then that was it. That's where it all started. And then I was like a dog with a bone, mate. Just relentless.
Yeah, you need to be. Like, it baffles me, and the onboarding process is so solid now, really. I don't take on clients that are not going to be relentless. Because you can't, your efforts like reflect your results. If you put in moderate effort, you don't get results. I was going to say moderate results, you don't get results. There's clients that have done moderate effort, but nothing to show for it. And it's like, come on. So
I knew that this HMO strategy is what I wanted to do from the outset. I wasn't interested in the SA at all. It was more the HMO. I know this area really well, and I know the HMO works. So I knew the target and the goal straight away. And like I said, I was like a dog with a bone on the phone straight away.
Nice one.
But I got my own business as an independent estate agent.
I was just about to say, like, before joining the mentorship, what did life look like? What was you doing? What was your day-to-day?
So I was an independent estate agent for, I'd say, the last 4 years before I joined the mentorship program. It was more my way of getting into property for sort of like minimal cost, high reward. So that's how I sort of started, and then I went to a few networking events and got to know Rent and deal packaging, BRR, and all the rest of it, and just sort of opened my eyes in terms of what you can actually achieve in property, and not just through selling houses from other people. So that's really where the property journey started for me. Really, was just selling out people's houses. I got one deal lined up that's still going through.
Still going through.
Still going through.
Yeah, it was you. I was thinking the other day, there was someone, I was talking to who was waiting for a sale to get the commission.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realise it was you.
Yeah.
And it's still going through.
It's been 13, 14 months.
Okay.
It's a massive deal. It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
One of your mentees is involved as well.
Okay.
We'll also
Yeah.
talk about that another time. But yeah, I'm waiting for it to go through. It's going to be a huge commission, and once that's gone through, I'm just solely focusing on this.
Yeah. Okay. So you joined the mentorship. You took massive action.
Yeah.
When was the kind of changing point where you started to see results?
I suppose when I had that offer accepted, but it did fall through. I knew that the process worked,
Yeah.
what I was doing, even though obviously your course says about obviously HMOs and going for them, that sort of thing. I did switch it up a little bit. I went for 3 that converts into the raw.
Yeah, because your area is good for that.
Yeah. So I suppose when I had my offer accepted on that property, and it was so close to going over the line, and then it fell through.
Yeah.
Even though I was really disappointed, and I was really gutted.
Yeah.
Really gutted.
Everybody is.
But I knew that it did work.
Yeah.
So I knew that if I just continue to do it, I know that it's going to come up again. And I honestly thought when I had the phone call from the landlord and said no, I'm not accepted. I thought I'm never going to get a house like this again. That's just like 1 in a million.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 3 bed, 4 bed, real good
Yeah.
room rates, all the rest of it, white good, everything was done. And I was like, but then another one come up, put an offer in on that. Didn't get accepted. Got an offer accepted again, didn't go through, and I thought, I'm never going to get a property like that again. And then I viewed another property, and it was just a continuation of that. And then we ended up with an offer accepted on this place, and then this is our first one.
Yeah. How did it feel getting that first property accepted? And done and dusted, contract signed. How does it feel?
At the time, I was just in focus mode,
Yeah.
just complete focus mode. That I had to. As soon as we picked up the keys, it was literally a case of Dan's B&Q, load of paint, get it done. And then I'd done a video and I sent it to you. It was just more of a reflection.
Oh yeah.
A week or 2 after, and it was like, wow, this is my first one.
Yeah.
I can actually sit back and just look and just sort of, this is actually happened now.
It's going to generate £880 profit.
Yeah, I'm on my way to.
Yeah, you're on your way, one step.
Yeah.
One step at a time, and you've got 2 more in the pipeline.
And then, the following week, I got an email from another landlord saying she was happy to give me her property. So it was like, oh my. We moved house, our family house as well. I took a load of money out of that, out of the equity, and I was just basically going to invest half of it and just like go full steam ahead. And Mrs. said, it's all going to happen at once. It's all going to move, you're going to get a HMO property, and then it's going to roll on from that. And it pretty much has.
Yeah, and you're JVing with Dan, our coach.
Yeah.
Because he lives next door to you?
Yeah, about 5 minutes drive. If that. Yeah, so obviously the first time I met Dan was on the one of the Zoom calls. And I remember him saying to...
Yeah, it was on my Zoom.
Was it on yours?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it was. Yeah, you're right, yeah. I remember him saying that he lived in Gloucester, and I was like,
I live in Gloucester.
Do you live in Gloucester, Dad? Is that what you said? He went, yeah. I went, whereabouts? And he told me. I went, well, I'm about 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
So we met up for a coffee the day after, and
I did text Dan saying he's not going to leave you alone.
yeah, I know, yeah. Relentless, somebody on the doorstep every night.
So funny.
Yeah. But it was, we met up for a coffee, obviously discussing all things property. Went on a few viewings together.
Yeah, so before that, so you had a conversation. So obviously your competitors in exactly the same area, you might as well JB.
Yeah, exactly that. It come to a point where I was asking Dan for his advice on a property that I just viewed, and he went, no, I won't go for that one, mate, I viewed it last week. And I was like, oh, right, okay. And then this was like an ongoing thing, and I said to Dan, I said, is it just better just to JV? I said, because we know what Zach and Sam are doing, and they're doing amazing things.
Yeah.
And I thought, JV is just...
As long as you get... JV is perfect if you complement each other.
Yeah.
Someone's got this attribute, you've got this attribute, and you actually get on.
Yeah.
It's not all about the property. It's nothing to do with the property. It's sod all to do with the property. It genuinely isn't. Doesn't matter if it profits 10 grand per month. If you two don't work together, the business isn't sustainable.
Yeah, it works really well. But it just didn't make any sense for us not to JV together. The properties I was viewing, you were reviewed 2-3 days beforehand, and it was like, why compete? We're on the same mentorship program.
Yeah.
Why compete against each other when we can just JV and 2 heads are better than one and
Perfect.
just crack on with Gloucester?
Another JV on the mentorship.
Yeah, mate. It's power of JV, mate. Honestly.
Yeah. So how does life look like going forward for you?
Going forward, I'm fully focused on leaving my 9 to 5 by the end of the year. That is my goal.
Yeah. So you joined back at Christmas in 2023.
Yes, Christmas. Yeah, around Christmas
Yeah.
time, wasn't it? And I said right from the outset, as soon as I joined, that's what I want to do. By the end of the year, I want to have that option to leave my 9 to 5. So that's still the goal. So
that's realistic. That's what I say. 18 months is very achievable.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
A lot of people do that. So 12 months, you just got to be relentless.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll do it.
I need a certain amount of money
each
month, and then I'm
get more deals like this, mate. £880 profit.
I know we've got another one which will be revealed in the next couple of months coming up, and that's going to profit even more.
Even more. 4 bed.
Yes.
Go on.
I can't say too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, the deal's been agreed. It's been secured. There's tenants in there at the moment, students, and on the 1st of September, we've got a small refurb, smaller than this, and then we've potentially got tenants lined up already.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to you growing your business, especially being on mentorship and working with Dan as well, seeing Dan grow. You know, it's amazing to be part of it.
Yeah.
So good on you, mate. Well done. You've done exactly as we've asked you to do, and you've got a property.
Yeah. It's still mad, isn't it?
I get goosebumps.
It's
really do.
crazy. It's
you won't recognise yourself in 3 years.
No, it was daunting, very daunting.
Yeah, 100% is.
Really daunting. And I was thinking, how the hell am I gonna, if this don't work, how am I gonna pay for this as well as my own house, as well as my bills and all the rest of it? And I ain't gonna do it. But you do it because the numbers just speak for itself.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you start getting viewers in, and then, I mean, I had my first lot of money come to my business bank account yesterday, which was £100 deposit, and I was thinking, yes, this is done. This works. But I only need 2 to break even, and I've got the 2.
Have you heard about how my business started?
No.
So I'm glad the way it did start, because now I'm a mentor, and anybody that has a stressful start, like I would say yours is a breeze compared to...
Really?
Yeah, so I was taking on 3 HMOs, so I had 21 tenants to put in the bedrooms, all as a complete newbie, no mentor at the time. My mentorship has ended, right? So I was on my own. I had my family and a few friends to help me kickstart it, but at the same time I was due to collect the first property, was the due date of our firstborn.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, and I had just enough money for 1 property, and I was taking on 3. So I managed to space 1 property, and then a week later take on 2 HMOs, all at the same time as a newborn.
Yeah.
Luckily, Jasper arrived 3 weeks early, which was an utter blessing in disguise. So, you know, get home, get Sarah settled, get in a kind of routine, and then whiz down and kit out these properties. So I only had £3,500 in my personal account, which paid for the first month's rent, a deposit, and a refurb. And then back down to £150 in my business account. And a week later, I was taking on 2 large HMOs. Well, 1 4-bed and 1 7-bed. Right, 0 money. So I get the tenants in and first and last month's rent as soon as possible. And as soon as I did that, they moved in. We finished the refurb. They moved in the next day. It was all lined up, had all planned. They all moved in, paid the first and last month's rent. I had £6.5k back in my account, which paid for the first month's rent for the following 2 properties. Rinse and repeat the same process. Then I had £21,500 in my account. Let's go home to my newborn.
Change your pants first.
Honestly, it was so stressful. I've never seen myself so stressed. My mum was like, Kenny, you need to calm down.
Yeah,
I can't. Literally got so much money going out. Need to finish it, and it all just worked out perfectly. But I'm glad it happened to me.
Yeah.
Because any mentee is like, have you got a newborn? You taking on 3? No, cool, easy.
It's like you've been chucked into the deep end.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
But I'm glad it all happened to me and it worked out. And everything. I always think if you're a good person, things will work out for you.
Yeah, 100%.
You know. So well done, bro.
Thank you, mate.
Proud of
Appreciate it. Thanks for your help.
This is James, everyone. Joined us at Rise Up a few months ago. Secured his first property. Let us know down in the comments what you think.
Join.
Take care.
Don't forget it.